The journal. Prolonge. Do you ever stop to think about why the world can be so unkind to those who are different? To the souls who shine too brightly, to the ones who stand out when everyone else blends in, or even to those who just want to belong? The journal is my way of asking that question out loud and inviting you into my story. This interactive novel is not just about pages filled with drawings and poems. It's about what happens when life pushes you down, when silence becomes heavier than words, and when art is the only place left to breathe. Every page you turn is a piece of me, my struggles, my victories, my quiet reflections, and the ways I've learned to carry myself through it all. I made this book because I believe stories matter. By letting you see through my eyes, maybe you'll understand a little more about what it feels like to walk in my shoes. And maybe, just maybe, it will remind you of your own strength, or help you find a part of yourself you've been missing. As the author of the journal, I want to thank you for being here, for choosing to read, and for listening to what I have to share. Creating this gives me a way to step into the spotlight I don't always get in life, and it allows me to express parts of myself that words alone can't always reach. Chapter 1. The Pink Room. The pink room is almost finished. The mother finally gave in about the glitter paint just to trim, but still. It smells so new in there, like plastic and possibilities, not like the counselor's office, all old paper and something almost sweet but fake. I spent hours choosing fairy lights, the tiny rainbow ones. Pier 1 said they were lame, but they make shadows dance on the walls when the sun sets. I think I'll sleep on the floor tonight, just to be close to it, to feel the new carpet fuzz against my cheek. I even got a little cactus, named him Spike. He's prickly, but probably doesn't mean to be. Maybe this is a real start? I can still smell the fresh paint in my room, even though it's been weeks. The mother really went all out with the pink paradise theme she found in that magazine. It's bubblegum and rose petals, all swirly patterns on the walls that make me a little dizzy if I stare too long. New, fluffy rug tickles my toes when out of bed. And the counselor said focusing on physical sensations helps. Pier 1 sent me a card with glitter. I stuck it on the mirror, and now the whole room sparkles when the sun hits it just right. I guess it's to be happy in here, a safe space, but sometimes it just feels loud. Like too much all at once. I wish it smelled like old books instead. Or maybe rain. The color is everywhere. The pink room smells like hope and synthetic strawberries. It's the counselor's office, and today the sun poured in, making the fuzzy rug glow like spun sugar. I sunk into the beanbag chair, feeling its give against my spine, almost melting. Talking about the mother's rules still makes my throat tight, but here the air feels different, lighter, like the pink eraser I keep twisting in my hands. Heart. Pier 1 probably wouldn't understand needing a safe space. She's always so fearless, but I'm not. Not yet, anyway. Maybe someday I'll be brave enough to paint my own room this exact shade, and fill it with the same quiet promise. Just the thought makes the strawberry smell even sweeter. October 23rd. The mother finally let me repaint my room, said the pale yellow was draining me. It's pink now, like a million bubblegums exploded. New fuzzy rug, too. Smells like vanilla and something plasticky, but good plastic. I spent all afternoon in there, just lying on the floor, staring at the ceiling. Pier 1 says it's too girly, but honestly, who cares? I feel cocooned. Safe. The counselor says finding comfort is important. I put up fairy lights, and when it gets dark, the pink walls glow all soft. It's like being inside a strawberry. Heart. Maybe this is where I can finally breathe again. Maybe the pink will keep the bad dreams out. I can almost taste it, sweet and unreal, like a promise. The mother repainted my room today. Pink, like bubblegum pink. At first I wanted to scream. It felt so exposed. But then the sun hit it just right, turning the walls into this soft, hazy glow. It smells like fresh paint and new beginnings, almost sharp, but not unpleasant. I ran my hand along the wall. It's smooth and cool. Pier 1 would probably laugh. Maybe it's childish, but laying on my bed now, surrounded by all this pink, listening to the wind chimes outside, it feels safe. The counselor says I should embrace change. I think maybe I can. It's not what I expected, but this pink room feels a little bit like a hug. I think I'll buy some fairy lights to string around the window. I think I'm starting to like my room. The pink is still so pink. Like bubblegum exploded, and then someone tried to make it calm. But when the afternoon light hits just right, reflecting off the stupid, sparkly paint the mother insisted on, it makes everything feel fuzzy and warm, almost like being wrapped in cotton candy clouds. I put up that string of fairy lights Pier 1 gave me for my birthday, the ones with the tiny clothespins, and hung up some dumb photos. A blurry one of the lake, a dumb selfie, and one of the cat looking super judgmental. It's not perfect, but when I close the door and put on my headphones, shutting out the usual house noise, it feels safe. The counselor said something about creating my own sanctuary. Maybe this pink explosion is it. Maybe it's okay. The pink room is still my everything. Today, after the mothers yelling about my history grade, I just locked myself in. The way the soft light filters through the blinds and makes everything glow feels like a hug. A real one, not the obligatory kind. I put on that Cocteau Twins record, the one that makes my stomach feel like it's floating, and just breathed. Pier 1 asked me at lunch if I was okay. I guess my face looked weird. I just shrugged. She wouldn't understand. The counselor keeps asking about my coping mechanisms, but how can I explain that the pink isn't a mechanism? It's safe. It smells like old roses and dust bunnies, a weirdly comforting combination. I wish I could live in here forever. I traced the pattern on my bedspread with my finger, the tiny faded flowers, and almost forgot about everything else. Almost. The vibration of the music on the floorboards is the closest I get to feeling grounded these days. The pink room still smells faintly of the paint the mother insisted on, like bubblegum mixed with dust. It's supposed to be cheering, but mostly it just reminds me of the headache I had for a week straight afterwards. The late afternoon light makes the walls glow kind of soft now, though, almost forgiving. I can hear Pier 1's laughter echoing from outside, muffled by the glass. I wish I were brave enough to join, but my stomach's doing that flippy thing again. The counselor says it's anxiety, but it feels more like a trapped bird beating its wings against my ribs. Doodle. Maybe if I just stare at the pink long enough, it'll seep into me, make me brave, make me sweet even. God, I hate this room. But it's my hate, I guess. The pink room is still pink. I went back after school. Sun slanted through the blinds, painting stripes across the bedspread, thick cotton candy lines. It smelled like old roses and the mother's lavender soap, a powdery, sad scent. I touched the velvety desk chair, tracing the stitched seams. It's such a girl color, I know, but it doesn't feel like me. More like a costume. Like the way the counselor says I hide behind being quiet. I wonder if Pier 1 even has a room this curated. I tried to write a poem, but all that came out was pink, pink, sink, think. And then my head started to throb. Maybe I'll paint it black. Or cover it in band posters. Anything but this sugary sweet prison. Okay, here goes. The pink room is cloying, almost like cotton candy but without the fun. The mother thinks it's feminine, but it feels like being trapped in a giant peony. Today, Pier 1 commented on my chipped pink nail polish, snorting something about trying too hard. I swear I could taste the metallic tang of her judging as she said it. This morning, the counselor kept asking about expression and healthy outlet, but all I wanted was to explain how the air in here is thick, what sticks to my skin like powdered sugar. I just stared at the pale pink wall, thinking about escaping into the deep green of the woods behind school, breathing in the scent of pine needles and damp earth. Anything but this. I wish I could rip up the frilly pink curtains and burn them. It would smell better than this artificial sweetness, I think. The pink room is still pink. It's not just the walls anymore. It's like the air itself has been dyed. Even the dust motes dancing in the afternoon sunbeams seem blushed. The mother says it's cheerful and girly, but I think it's watching me. Doodle, I. Last week, the counselor asked about favorite colors, and I mumbled something about blue. She smiled knowingly, like she already knew my secret wish for a room rinsed clean of all this saccharine sweetness. Pier 1 has a navy bedroom. I touched the smooth, cool paint once when I was at her house. Maybe one day, I'll wake up and all the pink will have seeped away, leaving behind just plain, quiet white. And then I could finally breathe. The pink makes my skin itch. It tastes like cotton candy stuck to the roof of my mouth. The pink room is even pinker today, like someone cranked up the dial. It smells heavy, too, all vanilla and something. The mother sprays to cover up burnt dinners. A sticky sweetness that makes my teeth ache. Pier 1 says it's comforting, but it feels like being trapped inside a giant marshmallow. I tried to focus on the counselor's voice, the way it dips and rises like warm honey, but all I could see were the swirls in the pink rug, endless and dizzying. It feels safe, I guess, muffled. Like the whole world outside is screaming, but in here only whispers are allowed. I wish the pink could seep inside me, coating my own jagged edges, turning them smooth and round. Maybe then I wouldn't feel so sharp, so loud, in a room that wants me to be soft. The taste of the pink is starting. Got it?